Well, there is the tail of the tape. 7.5 inches of rain here at Anaheim from Monday morning through now Saturday morning. But guess what? The sun is shining today. Jim Holley and Jason Weigandt here for Supercross Live on supercrossonline.com. And I think they might just be able to salvage this thing after all.
Well, it is. I mean, the track looks good right now. You know, they had it built, the Feld Entertainment, you know, the Dirtworks guys. After Phoenix last week, everybody hauled butt to get down here. I mean, they put in over 50 hours straight to get this track built, to get it covered. And although we did have a lot of rain, I mean, I can't remember in Southern California, I've been here all my life. I haven't seen the sun in 5 days. It's a nice sight to see it here on Saturday. They had the track covered. They drained all the water off of it. They pulled it off. Dirtworks guys are still working on it, bringing in some dry dirt. Because of the faces of the jumps, they don't want them being real ruddy tonight. But I think we're going to have a great track. The only thing we're not going to have is Chad Reed.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Now, to give you an idea how much rain that is, they told us that is half of the annual rainfall that Anaheim gets, and they had it all in a 5-day span, but the track should be okay. So let's turn it over and talk about the racing and the racers. Chad Reed out with a broken hand, and James Stewart presumably in, but he's got a tough road to climb. Not only rough track conditions, but 3 kids up front that were really strong last week, and Stewart might not be 100% trying to chase him down.
Well, and he finds himself 16 points down in the championship to Dungey, and Dungey had a second the opener, and he won last week. He's on a roll. He's only going to get stronger, like we've said in the past. But the key is James Stewart. We hear he's got a shoulder injury. Check out supercrossonline.com because we'll have the video of it. I'm going to go over and see if I can't get an interview with James or possibly Larry Brooks, the team manager, and see exactly how James Stewart is. But James has got to, this is a critical point for James Stewart. He's got to come to Anaheim not thinking that he's going to win the race, but just to try to get on the podium or get in that top 5 and gain maximum points he can with the injury that he sustained last weekend in Phoenix.
Now, we know the injury. We're assuming it's either shoulder or ribs or something, maybe both. This track might not be muddy, but it should be rutted. So, Jim, you're the expert analyst. What's going to happen if you have a shoulder injury and maybe a side injury on a rutted track?
Well, we've seen this in years past with Chad Reed and his shoulder injuries and things like that. I mean, anytime you're going to add a little bit more weight to the motorcycle, so you're going to battle that, and then you're going to battle the fact that ruts. And if you get cross-rutted, that bar wants to jerk out of your hands. Every time that happens, it's going to pull on that shoulder and hurt that shoulder or the ribs. I mean, it's like a boxer. Anytime you got broken ribs, the other boxer, he keeps hitting it, it's sore. You're going to be thinking about it all night out there. But James is going to battle back from this. We'll see what happens. The other key thing is that they're running a shortened program. And what I mean is they only got 1 free practice and 1 time practice. Normally they have a free practice and 2 time practice. So they're not going to have as much time on this track to get it dialed in. But the good thing is there's no rain in the forecast, so it should be a great night of racing.
And one more thing, we'll preview your lights race. So far, so good for Jake Weimer. When you're hot, you're hot. He had a great race in Anaheim, won and won it. Had a rough day of it at Phoenix, but still came back and won the main event with a pass late in the race. So can the mud throw him off, or is Jake just in one of those grooves where it really doesn't matter?
Well, you see it in other championships that we've seen in the past. Once you're in that groove, you're in that groove. It doesn't matter if it's muddy, if it's dry or whatever. But he's going to have his competition. I know that, you know, Ryan Morse with that second, leading it all the way. He led it for about a lap and a half and relinquished the lead, you know, to Weimer. They're good friends. He's going to try to come back here and win tonight. Wharton looked good. Kennard, you know, he struggled a little bit last week. He was off the podium. I know he wants to get back on the top of the box. He's not happy with just being on the box. He wants to be on that top spot. So we'll see what happens there. And it should be a good night of racing there. Remember that it's going to be a little bit sluggish out there, so it's going to be a little harder for those 250Fs to try and clear some of these sections. That'll be interesting to watch.
Now, folks, if you're watching anywhere within driving distance of Anaheim, we race Supercross rain or shine. We're racing no matter what, but it sure looks like it's going to be shining all day long. So come on out and join us in Anaheim, and if you can't, stay tuned with us all day long here on supercrossonline.com.